Snowed a little bit overnight, just a quarter inch or so. Pretty warm out, it's 25 degrees. I need to go down the trail and finish my trail maintenance before winter's over. That way at the beginning of next winter, the trail will be usable. I parked both snow machines over by the helicopter landing zone when I left, and that was a bad call. I knew it. Basically, the whole engine cowl filled with windblown snow, and they were packed in pretty good. It wasn't that much snow covering maybe the running boards, but it was solid. So I had to chisel them out, get all the snow out of the clutches and the engine compartments. I spent the majority of yesterday working on that. I'm gonna chop some wood this morning, throw a couple logs on the wood stove and turn that way down, and then I'm running down the trail, which is that way. And over that way. I'll be going up behind that mountain and to the west towards Mount Denali. So when I leave for work in the winter, I just leave the sourdough starter out and it freezes solid. And you can tell that just a day of feeding it just brings it back. So there's no issue at all with freezing your sourdough starter over and over and over. Cooking English muffins for breakfast, and I'm using my leftover sourdough starter. Instead of tossing it, I just mix a little flour in with it and let it rise for about an hour, and then cook them in the cast iron pan. I had to transfer them out of one pan into this one. It has a little bit of bacon grease in the bottom. Just cover it up, cook it on low in the cast iron skillet for about 20 minutes or so, and they should be done. I just flipped them again. They need about another 5 minutes or so. A lot of times what I'll do, I'll butter these and throw them back in there. Breakfast. Alright, I'm just taking the saw with me down the trail. I'm gonna try to link up with the inner tie, which is the power lines. I got my safety gear, map, compass. Saw, I'll get that off of there. Full tank of gas. All right, we're all warmed up. Over the noise, but basically this whole winter has gone by with me at work. The mission was to pay off my truck and get back to zero debt, and that's where I'm at after this next paycheck, actually. So up here you can see my water hole. So here's the hole I cut in the ice. Got my cover on it. I got my flag on it so plane doesn't land directly on top of it. Got to come back down a little bit later tonight and get some more water. It's a continuous thing, water and wood, water and wood. So next time home, I'll be able to spend an entire month off, as I usually do. I'm not going to work over anymore this year, not unless they make it mandatory. If they're super short-handed and nobody else will fill in, I'll work over. But otherwise, I don't want to. Got a lot of stuff to get accomplished this year at the cabin. You can probably make it out at the top of the hill up there. All right, let's hit it. Down the big hill. So this is part of the trail that I cut the last time that I was home. Got a little bit more snow, not much, but it's all settled in because of the warm temperatures. So it's packing down pretty tight. It usually does this time of year, but we're warming up quick and the snow's already starting to rot. So breakup is going to happen soon. Going to have overflow in the lakes probably by the middle of this month, end of this month. But you can't count winter out until about mid-May. I've gotten up to a foot of snow in May before. So we just crossed the Long Lake here and we're getting to the second portion of the trail that I trimmed last time home. This is all alder trees. There's no other good way to get through here. You got to cut through the alder trees, so it's labor intensive, and every year you got to trim stuff back. And it went 3 years without trimming. You'll see a little further down here how it's all closed in. I did a little cutting yesterday just to get through to the open field about 2 miles from here. I'll do a little bit more work today, but I'm gonna try to cut as little as possible. There's one that needs cutting though. I gotta cut stuff like this back because it can mess up my air filter screens. Tired of replacing of them. I probably should cut all this back too, but I'm gonna go under. All right, I definitely need to cut this one back. I got stuck here a couple years back, pretty bad. Had to walk back in the dark to the cabin from here. Haven't seen any bear tracks. I don't believe any are out. They're coming out soon. Get this one cut out of the way. I didn't bring snowshoes. It's almost to where you don't need them. You actually always need them, but I won't die if I don't have them this time of year. More than likely. I might as well cut this one back a little bit too, because by next winter it's going to be out over the trail. I'll just trim it back now. It's unbelievable how much these alders grow every year. I have to look it up, but it seems like they grow about 2 feet every year. So you can see we're down in a draw heading towards this valley that's another mile down the trail here. It's a beautiful day out today. About 28 degrees. It's very warm. Started out with a little snow this morning. This turned out to be a pretty nice day. Got a pretty decent weathercast for the next several days while I'm home. Oh, come on. Probably not the best way to cut through here. This is last year's route. There's a creek under here. And under there. I need to go a little to the left. she's open. Good thing I didn't try to jump that. Creeks run all through here, so that's get on the other side of this. Yeah, I'm not liking this. I need to get up on that other side. Knew it. So this is what we call stuck. All right, I just recovered from my first stuck of the day. I'll go back down the trail, turn around, get this packed in, head up a little bit farther. Hopefully I don't get stuck again. I should hit this earlier in the morning because right now it's just sugary. Get it when it's nice and hard in the morning, but it's all rotten because it is warming up. It sure feels like it's about 40 degrees, but it's not. 28 when I left the cabin. And it should actually be colder down here because I'm in lower elevations. Try to get through here. Should probably cut this back. Get the saw and get that cut out of the way because I think I'm going to come right back through here. And it's starting to snow. I think I will just head back up to the cabin. Mess around with this tomorrow, first thing in the morning. Also, right now the light is real flat, so I can't see the dips. It's always good to be able to see the dips. Yeah, I'm going back up to the cabin. I just don't have it in me today to exert a whole lot of energy I really don't have right now, so Yeah, I do not want to get stuck again. Mess around with it in the morning. So you can see my cabin up on top of the hill over there. The only sound out here right now is the wind. That's as quiet as it can get. No sirens. No human sounds at all, unless a plane flies overhead. You can see the skies are kind of blue in some spots, but the light is just so flat. It's makes riding dangerous, especially since the trail hasn't been gone over once with the snow machine. I'm kind of picking my way through, and since we don't have much snowfall, those creeks can be killers. So I don't want to accidentally jump one without seeing it, and then run the front end into the bank. It's always best to lean on the side of caution out here. No sense in getting injured when you can avoid it. You got to do that a lot. Living in the middle of nowhere, you have to pay attention to everything you do and kind of evaluate whether or not you may or may not get hurt and how bad, and kind of alter your plan. All right. While I was digging out the shower sauna, I could hear the carbon monoxide alarm, low battery warning, ticking away, and it gave me an idea. When I leave the cabin, I think I'm going to take a smoke detector or one of these and put weak batteries in it, and it'll make that horrible noise. Maybe it'll keep bears from messing with the cabin. I know how dogs hate it. Maybe bears hate it too. I don't know. Be a good deterrent. Something to test out. Well, I'm glad I got this dug out because I need to take a shower tonight.